But my bill of charges. That scoundrel's made a proper fool of you, young miss. Mend your ways is my advice. If you don't want any trouble, clear off smartish, and I'll wipe the slate. Chastened by his kindness, she mumbled, I shall repay you when I can. Repay me by keeping clear of this inn, you hear? The little maid hung back after her master had left, jittering excitedly. Some of these villains carry the timetables to all the rattlers, sneaking from inn to inn, forever acting the stranger. Travelling folk be easy pickings to them. Wearily, Tabitha remembered her own sorry plans to strip the fellow of his purse and abandon him at first light. If only she had woken first. What a fool she felt herself. The biter bit, indeed. Tabitha had intended to hire a carriage to take her baggage to Netherlea, but now she was forced to walk. Though she was mortified to appear outdoors in such undress, it was at least a fine summer's day, the sun shining bright upon the hard-baked road. Down Chester's Bridge Street, she strode as fast as she might, past high-gabled brown and white half-timbered mansions, avoiding the eyes of strangers. Passing the bridge tower, she crossed the River Dee in a throng of hawkers and market folk, weaving to avoid horses' hooves and the pole ends of sedans. On the far side, she turned aside for the water meadows and near-forgotten path to Netherlea. Passing a familiar sandstone tomb, she idly traced the gritty image of a spear-bearing woman, just as she had on 100 childhood errands. It had been the local custom to make a wish there, to some pagan witch or other. What was her wish now? Everything she truly wanted was impossible. To have her money back and more besides? To have Robert at her side again? To be 1,000 miles away, inhabiting another carefree life? The events of the previous night blazed in her mind as she marched steadily on beside the river. 2 days had already passed since the date she had told her mother to expect her. Robert had kept her back in London, promising a fine farewell, so she had bought herself the flowered gown and ribbon shoes. Their encounter had ended with violent words in the street, he complaining that his wife was ill, at which Tabitha replied she hoped the malady would prove fatal. Then the coach had run tiresomely late, trundling along rutted byways and through naked and uncivilised land for mile after mile. Chester's church bells had been ringing 11 chimes, the moon a sickly crescent, when the coach rolled into the walled city. When she had strode into the smoky fog of the White Lion, all eyes had risen and fixed upon her. She wore her hem raised high to show scarlet heels and pretty ankles. Sending the landlord's boy upstairs with her box and bags, she sauntered to a table by the fire. Taking her seat, she laid her head back against a panelled oak, content to breathe in pipe tobacco and hops, and find herself blessedly motionless. "The gentleman's compliments," the tapster had announced, setting a bottle of Garnet red claret and 2 glasses down before her. From the chimney corner, the said gentleman tipped his hat in her direction, a lean-faced cove in a coat of black with green frogging. She had not turned a trick since meeting Robert, but now that he had scorned her, what price a loyal heart? Rapidly, she calculated. After she had given her mother £5 and paid her fare home again to London, she would have less than £20 to keep herself afloat. Sitting upright, she banished weariness and turned to her admirer, posing a coquettish question with her eyes. Slowly he approached, and though his deep-pocked visage was not quite as handsome as the shadows had promised, she thought him no less agreeable than many another. Setting his tricorn on the table, he poured her a glass of claret. "Have you travelled far?" His voice was hoarse and low, with a faint Irish lilt. "From the capital. I miss it sorely already." "You are seeking business tonight, lady?" "Well, straight to business he goes," she thought sourly, at the same time affecting laughter. "I should rather say I am in pursuit of pleasure, sir." No, that wouldn't do. She was not